Most of the time when people walk in, they really don't know what they're going to see.
Well, there's nothing like this fabulous facility in the whole state of Texas, probably.
There's alligators, there's snakes.
It's definitely a must-see, must-go destination, even if you're not from Baytown.
It's hands-on science is what it really is.
What is the Wetlands Education Center? We are a facility that teaches all about nature education. Specializing in wetlands education, we offer field trips for the public, we offer classes for school districts, we do a lot of outreach, talk about nature education and how to conserve and be good environmental stewards of our environment. When Tom Linton and Eddie Gray initially proposed the idea, they were part of the committee that built the Goose Creek Greenbelt Trail, which came right along Goose Creek behind us. And they wanted to do a fisheries, aquaculture type education facility here.
Well, it started out as a crazy idea with Dr. Tom Linton.
We were working with the city of Baytown on the redevelopment of the Goose Creek, meaning putting trails and parks and playgrounds along the Goose Creek. He and I were in the car, drove past across the street from Robert E. Lee High School was an old bowling alley.
And he made the comment to Eddie Gray one day, you ought to buy that old bowling alley.
And he said, why don't you try to get that and we'll tie it in with the development of the creek and we can use the building for the kids to come and learn about the environment.
They started looking at what made the most sense for this area as far as some sort of a wildlife or nature education. Wetlands just fit because it's Baytown and we've got a lot of salt marsh around us, a lot of bays. So they changed the whole idea from fisheries to wetlands.
ExxonMobil had given us a grant at the end of the year to use in environmental programs. So I asked the Goose Creek Stream Committee if I could take that $20,000 and use that as a base to try to purchase the old bowling alley building. Been on the tax rolls for $245,000 and they had it listed for $95,000. 6 months went by and the realtor called me and he said, I got some good news. We reduced the price of the listing on that bowling alley property to $75,000. So another 6 months went by and the Bay Lanes Inc. called me from Houston and said, we've decided that we'd like to donate that building to you and we'll do it for the $20,000 that you have now. And then you can have the property and do whatever you want to with it.
It's an abandoned building and personally when they bought it, I thought they were crazy. It was horrible.
I got a local engineer here, Johnny Bush, go over with me and inspect the foundation and the frame, and all of that was good. And so we decided, we could use that as to rebuild a new building.
The biggest thing was the grant that we got to build this with.
So we submitted our application for the first grant for indoor recreation, and out of 21 applicants in the state, we were in the top 3. And we got a $400,000 grant to rebuild the building.
When I sent them off, I was 100% sure that the grant had no chance at all. And this one got the highest rated points. It was actually the very first grant, indoor grant, that Parks and Wildlife ever approved. From the time we did the grant application, the contracts with Parks and Wildlife, and got the building designed, out for bid. It was about a 2-year project from start to finish.
But the building is still here on Goose Creek, made perfect sense, and we've been here 20 years.
There's so many people involved. The staff here has been incredible. Bill Gamble and Travis Lovelace, they got this place started and running. Trocia Prothro came in, and she has just blown the lid off of all of our programs.
There's a little bit of everything. If they're interested in wildlife or animals, especially in Texas, they can find something here. We've just been able to slowly but surely add a little bit every single, at least few years, and add something back here to the exhibit hall. We used to have to borrow a truck every time we wanted to go somewhere from Parks and Rec. Now we have 2 trucks, a van, a travel trailer, and a 48-foot mobile exhibit.
Everyone in the whole community has been in favor of it, has stepped in and taken part in it. Our school district, our city of Baytown, of course, the Parks and Rec Department, the college. Everybody was real interested. It was something that everybody seemed to want to do.
You know, there's a lot of groups, the Rotary Club, the Covestro or Bayer at the time, ExxonMobil,
and Chevron Phillips. Those three have been our big industrial donors.
And all of those guys jumped in and wanted to participate, and it's really taken off.
The Baytown Wetlands Center is the face of environmental stewardship for our city, so it makes sense that our company partners with them year after year.
I would say that where it's come from and to where it is now, I don't know what we would do without it, truthfully, with the Wetlands Center being such a resource for all of Southeast Texas, and for it to be right here in our backyard, for 24,000 students to have the privilege to be able to participate with the Wetlands Center is just an honor.
I've had multiple teachers and principals, and this is out of school, who send their students to these summer camps during over the summer and come back to me and tell me how great they were and how much fun their students had, and this is out of school.
I think the greatest thing is to see the reaction from the kids that are there, and it is just amazing what they see.
For some of those kids, it's the first time they've ever even looked inside of a microscope. So we're really igniting the minds of these children through the Wetlands Center in so many different ways, and giving them opportunities that they may not have otherwise had.
That's my favorite part of this job, is just the aha moments and the oh wow moments with the little kids. When we do summer camps, they'll come in and be scared, you know, because they know that we have snakes or alligators here. And then by the time that they leave on Friday, they don't want to let go.
The Parks Department does a fabulous job running the parks and running the Wetlands Center, but it's because education is at the heart of what the mission is for the Wetlands Center. And the programs that they have is teaching our students and our community about the wonderful resources that are available right here in Baytown.
We believe in every single day taking every opportunity to enrich a child's learning experience, and this is a resource that we don't take for granted.
I would say the value as of now, you know, is almost priceless. You know, to have something like this resource so close to home, and for our students to be able to work with it, you can't put a price on it.
From an idea of, y'all ought to buy that building over there and turn it into some kind of environmental wetlands center. To what it is today, it's amazing. You know, this is about making a difference in the lives in our environment that we live in. And, you know, we have to take care of what we got. We can teach people how to do that here.